This seems like an awful lot of cassette tapes for just a penny. Oh gosh, how many are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 tapes for just a penny seems like too many. I better call Columbia Home about this. Thank you for calling Columbia Home. This is Michelle. How can I help you today? Hello, Michelle. This is Marcy. Oh, hi, Marcy. Yes. Well, I got my 20 tapes for a penny from the Columbia Home deal. And I just wanted to make sure that there wasn't an error because it seems like an awful lot of tapes for just a penny. Yes. Okay. Well, as long as I've got you on the line, Michelle, I do have a little bit of feedback about some of the selections that were part of this 20 tapes for a penny deal, okay? Now, the first one we've got here is the Jan and Dean. Okay. Now, this was a great tape for me to receive because it's got the Surf City, Summer Means Fun, a Little Deuce Coupe, and, oh gosh, a Surfing Safari. It's almost like the Beach Boys, but it's not. Now, I enjoy the programming on this cassette tape because it's kind of good for the summertime. And it is called Summer Means Fun. And then you've got the two fellas on the front here. I don't know which one's Jan and which one's Dean. If I had to guess, maybe the fella on the right is Dean. Now, do you have a copy in front of you? No. Well, I'll tell you, the fella who I think would be Dean, now he's got red hair, okay? He doesn't seem like the kind of fellow that would be out in the summer sun unprotected. You know, he would need the sunscreen and a cap, perhaps a long sleeve shirt on, or some of the zinc on his nose because he's got that fair complexion. And then I'm guessing that you've got Jan to the left of Dean, because it also coincides with how they've got it set up on the cassette. I don't know. But they're both fine-looking young men, and it's good music on the cassette. So I think I do like this one. I would like to keep it. Okay? Great. Okay, well, the next one was very interesting. You've got this young lady, Alanis. Yeah. Oh, Alanis. Okay. Right. Well, this one's called The Jagged Little Pill. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think this one's pretty good. It's not really my style. She seems like an upset young woman. They're not what I would call love songs, except for maybe that Head Over Feet. Now, I'm familiar with calling things head over heels. So I assume it's like Head Over Feet is like Head Over Heels, but a little bit different. And she's from Canada, I believe. Yeah. Okay. This one's not so bad. And then there's a Hand in My Pocket. Hand in My Pocket. That one was pretty good too. So I think I might give this one to my niece. I think she would enjoy it more. But I do want to keep this one as well. Now, we've also got... Okay, I was a little bit confused. I thought I got two of the same tapes. These cassettes, it's talking about a Smashing Pumpkin.
Sure, yeah. Okay.
Right. So it's the Smashing Pumpkins. Sorry, there's an S on the end. And it's the Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness. And there's a beautiful sort of art piece on the front. I like the cassette artwork there. that looks nice. But while I was confused, I see the tape here, and
Yeah.
I think they're supposed to be together.
Okay.
So one of these says twilight to starlight. So evening, right? And then the other one's a dawn to dusk.
Okay, Marcy.
So the morning time, nighttime, morning time. So I like the celestial themes that they've chosen here. Now, if I had to pick, and I've listened to both of the cassettes because they're different, okay? I like the Twilight to Starlight. They've got a song, 1979. Now, I was around then. And perhaps you were too, Michelle. But that one's a little bit slower, okay? So I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
But you got some other tunes on here that are a little more upbeat, a little faster and heavier than I'm used to. Okay, Michelle? Now, I guess since it comes together in the set, now I can't just keep the Twilight to Starlight and return the Dawn to Dusk. So, I suppose I'll go ahead and keep these. Again, maybe I can give this one to my niece. And I'll keep this one for myself. Make a pile here while I'm talking to you. Okay. Now, the next selection's called The Presidents of the United States of America. Now, it was a little hard for me to even make that out on the cassette tape. They've got it all typed together like a typewriter. There's no spaces in there. So, I mean, that's more feedback for the musical group, not so much for Columbia Home. Now, I enjoyed the song about the cats, okay? That one was nice. You've got the fellas making meowing sounds, so that was fun.
Okay.
And then it's, again, a little more heavier than I'm used to, Michelle. But they were sort of fun songs. I'm thinking for this one, I'm going to give it to my niece as well. I think she'd really enjoy it. So, yeah, the Presidents of the United States of America. You've got on the cover, it looks like a band made up of a frog and a fox, and then perhaps a monkey or something playing the fiddle. Now, these aren't the musicians. This is just the artwork, I suppose. But then that song about Lump, something about a frog in there, or sitting on a log, I don't know. I didn't particularly care for that one. Now, here we go with the Temptations. There's a few greatest hits in these cassettes that I did really enjoy. Okay? Now, and that would be the Temptations. Now, this one, Michelle, this one's the Greatest Hits Volume 2. So, I don't know what they put on Volume 1, but Volume 2 has got Cloud 9, and what was the one I liked on here so much? You know, it's a little bit of their later years, it seems. But I still enjoyed the songs. Turn Your Love. He doesn't have the ones you're used to hearing their, their Motown hits so much. But I still enjoyed it, so I'm going to keep this one, Temptations.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I do like the Motown, and I wish you'd have some of the other Motown selections as part of the 20 cassette tapes for a penny, okay? Because we're going back to that rock and roll, Michelle. I don't know why you even would include this. Within the cassettes, you've got one called A Green Day, okay? I don't even know if I can say this on here. What is a dookie? Okay. I don't want to know, actually. Yeah. The songs on here are too fast, okay? they're too fast, and it's a little more upbeat than what I'm used to when I'm choosing a cassette tape to listen to. Now, I don't even know if my niece would care for this cassette tape because of, I think it even had a curse word in here, so I don't care for that. I didn't listen to the whole thing. You know, I made it through the song, part of the song, Long View, and I didn't make it past that. So I don't know what the appeal is here, or what these fellas are trying to accomplish with this dookie.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm sure it works for someone, just not for me. So, oh gosh, maybe the kid down the street with the skateboard, he might enjoy that one, but it's gonna be a no for me. Now, the Parliament, it was very funky, and I gathered that because so many of the songs mention funk. You've got the Give Up the Funk and P-Funk. Aqua Boogie, that's a little different, but still sounds funky. Now, if I had to pick a favorite on here, it would have been, oh gosh, I would say the Flashlight song was pretty good. So I enjoyed the rhythms on this cassette. This is probably one I'll keep for myself, and you know, if we've got company over or want to do some dancing, I think that would be a good selection. I never heard of this cassette before, so I don't know why. Came as part of this collection here where I've got B Girls Live and Kickin'.
Right, yeah.
Now, I don't know who these B Girls are, but they do some of the rap songs. So they've got the rhyming and, you know, they're not songs. There's one that's just an instrumental. So maybe that's where I'm supposed to do some rhyming and rapping too, Michelle. So I won't be keeping this one. And I will be keeping the Beach Boys, okay? This one, it says Beach Boys made in the USA, okay? Now, program 1, you've got Surf and Safari.
Yeah.
So we've got actually, I think there's a Surf and Safari. Jan and Dean do a Surf and Safari too. So now I've got 2 different versions of Surfing Safari on cassette. There's a lot of good tunes on this one. The program 2, the other side of the cassette, you got the Caroline No. That one's pretty good. And the Wouldn't It Be Nice. So this one has all the classics, some of the older classics of the Beach Boys, and then some of their later tunes. So I enjoy this one.
Right.
Now it doesn't have the Kokomo. Okay. I'm hoping to get a cassette with the Beach Boys with the Kokomo song on it, because I do like that tune as well. I'm definitely keeping the Beach Boys. Oh, okay. Now you also got this Nirvana cassette. I don't even know what I'm looking at here. I don't care for the cover art, for one. This cassette is just not for me. I don't even like some of the titles, okay? So this one's going to my neighbor as well. The little boy with the skateboard. I didn't care for it. What I did like, Michelle, The Bodyguard, such a great film. Such a great film. Okay. You got Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston. This has a really fun soundtrack, okay? Now you've got the hits, the I Have Nothing and the I'm Every Woman. Very upbeat tunes, okay? The Whitney Houston hits, okay? And you've also got her gospel song, The Jesus Loves Me. Now I do like that one. Now the other side, you've got some different artists that aren't Whitney Houston. And it has Kenny G. Now, the reason why I started buying cassettes in the first place is because I wanted Kenny G's Breathless. And so I got that cassette. And so I guess that's how I ended up with these 20 cassettes for a penny in addition to that. The other tunes on here, I didn't care for as much as the Whitney Houston tunes. But such a good film and a great soundtrack as well, so I'm keeping that. Then you got the Michael Jackson's Bad, okay? Now the cassette's called Bad, but I'd say it's pretty good. In particular, I like The Way You Make Me Feel, okay? I think that's a fun song. And then Man in the Mirror. Man in the Mirror was good as well. I didn't care as much for Bad or Dirty Diana. And Smooth Criminal, that one's not for me, but I know it's popular with some of the kids. But this is a really good cassette. Now the quality on this one, I feel like it's a good quality tape. Now, some of these I've already gotten a little bit tangled, and my nails are short, so I can use like a butter knife to get them untangled. You know, that strip comes out. But this one's a good quality tape. And you've got him doing some dance moves in here too. You gotta think of it. I open this one up. So it's like he's teaching you how to dance in there, but I don't know if I could do all those moves. Okay. So my niece might like it more, so I might give that one to her. You've also got another quality cassette, which is the Dave Clark 5. Now, I'm so glad this one was included, okay, because it's some of that old-timey rock and roll I like. Not like the newer stuff. It's even got the side with the song Good Old Rock and Roll. So it's that good old rock and roll. And now they've got a summer tune on here too. Here Comes the Summer. And Reelin' and Rockin'. Catch Us If You Can. A lot of mop tops. A lot of interesting hairdos there. I'll keep that one. I might keep Chicago's Greatest Hits, but I'm not sure yet. I'm going to have to think about that one, Michelle, because I like Chicago okay. It's just, you know, some of the Saturday in the Park is really the only tune I like. You got the 25 or 6 to 4. Now that one's really upbeat and a little more on the rockin' side. But I do like some of the slower songs that Chicago does.
Right.
So, I don't know. Maybe I'll keep this one. Perhaps I need to return it. I'll put it right here for now. Okay. This one's, again, the imagery on this is really challenging because you've got some demonic looking creature. I can't barely read the name. I think it's Metallica. It says jump in the fire. Who's jumping in a fire? I don't know. And then a live version of something called Seek and Destroy. This isn't a cassette for me. And then Phantom Lord. Again, also live. And I don't like the live recordings as much as the studio recordings. I'm giving this to the neighbor boy. Now, the opposite of that is this healing music. So this was brought to you by Reader's Digest. Now, I love a Reader's Digest, okay? It's just a little something to put on the side table in the living room, right next to the recliner, or the nightstand next to the bed. Just a little something to read, interesting tidbits, some facts and things in there. And they talk about some of that relaxation music. So now I've got my own copy of some relaxation music. Now, this one's got Wind and Mountain, Lotus, Silver Cloud, Island in the Sun, Flowering, and Morning Birds. So I do enjoy the Morning Birds
Oh, yes, Marcy.
song on here because it's got the sound of the morning birds, so I enjoy that. And then the wind and mountain one's pretty relaxing too. So it's the healing power of music. Healing music. Don't we all need a little bit of healing? Keep in mind. Now, we've got the beach music, okay, but then there's also the Caribbean's greatest hits, Calypso Steel Band. Now, this one's all instrumental. I love the fact that it's such a jazzy blue color. It's a beautiful blue, just like the Caribbean, right? I guess that's why they chose that. Now, you've got some of the songs from the Deo, right? Deo song and Matilda. So they're instrumental, and I believe they're originally, done by the Harry Belafonte fella. So I wouldn't mind one of his cassettes as well. But this one's fun. Good for an outdoor summertime party. Getting people to dance. It's got the steel drums, which I love. And then, okay, the one that's going to the neighbor boy again. We've got this bright yellow cassette in this green case, and it's Bad Brains. So, I don't know why someone would want to call themselves Bad Brains. But they do have kind of a reggae song sound to it, and I like some of those. But for the most part, it's way too fast for me. The speed of these is just, it's too fast. I can't handle music that fast. I don't find it relaxing. But again, the neighbor boy with the skateboard might like those. And then lastly, you got this one. It's pink. It says Garbage. That's again an interesting name for a musical group. But the singer sounds really good. Okay. Again, it's not necessarily my style. It's a little more on that rock and roll heavy side of things. So I think this would be a better choice for my niece. I did listen to the song Stupid Girl. I don't know why you'd sing a song about that, but maybe I just don't understand it. So this one's going to my niece. So all in all, Michelle, we're looking at 20 cassettes for just a penny, but I'm really only getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 in total when you think about it, because I don't like all the cassettes. Now, I'm not asking for a refund, Michelle. I just wanted to give you some of my feedback on these cassettes, just to let you know what kind of styles of music I enjoy, okay? So next time I get this deal, we've got some of the oldies in there, the classic rock and roll. Sound good? Marcy, that sounds great. I appreciate you calling in today, and thank you so much for your feedback about the selection of cassette tapes. We're so glad you called in today. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Michelle. I hope you have a beautiful day, and thank you for your time. Okay. Bye-bye.